I'm all for the economic recovery, and I think to a certain extent it's inevitable. But what about the long-term future of job creation in this country? If cap and trade is going to double the annual utility bill for average families around the country, what's it going to do to big factories
create
and
jobs
factories and companies that employ people? What's going to happen? What's going to happen if this health care boondoggle passes? It's going to become very, very expensive for people, and it's already very expensive.
I got to jump in on cap and trade. On cap and trade, that is the next key to our recovery, because green jobs don't get created unless the incentive is there, the market-based incentive. You should love this. This is the power of the market.
Away some jobs to create a fewer number of jobs.
Peter,
Barack Obama keeps talking about people working in windmill factories. Wind still is not a feasible source of energy. This is dreaming.
There are alternative fuels all over the country that could be exploited with new jobs and green jobs.
Yes.
And I'm actually surprised and astounded that people
and the companies where the slimmest lobbyists will get the contracts.
If I could get the dogs to stop barking and let me get a word in here. Let me just point out a couple things. Nancy, for future reference, it's not free market capitalism when the government program shifts around huge assets and resources in the guise of inventing jobs. Second of all, Julie, let me finish this. Second of all, guys, I'm going to tell them to turn off your mics if you don't let me speak. I'm sorry, but second of all, let's just admit it. I mean, this cap and trade, they're not going to take that money and fund only clean energy. You could never spend the $635 billion over 10 years they're going to raise on cap and trade to fund new green energy. They're going to use it to fund Obama's socialist agenda to nationalize health care.
It's a market exchange, okay? Because I helped its creation of Chicago Climate Exchange in the 90s. We did it in the Clean Air Act 92. Worked perfectly. What you do is you create a market-based exchange. If you pollute over your limit, you got to buy.
It's like trading slaves. It's like selling slaves. It's a slave market. The rest of us are working for the government.
Put away the offensive rhetoric.